Dear 10-year-old me, I have 3 things to say to you, Mel, so listen closely. First of all, please stop wearing colorful shorts. You're an embarrassment to humanity. Number 2, I impulsively purchased a bicycle yesterday. Turns out I can't bike nearly as well as I thought I could, and I despise you for it.
I can't.
Stop playing Minecraft and go outside or something. Lastly, I know you're currently writing a novel called The Sky Weeps With Us. I'm sorry to break it to you, but it's going to crash and burn. Horribly. And nearly 300,000 people will witness it because you are going to publicize the failure online. You better be grateful, Mel, because I spent years fixing the mess that you are about to create. After publishing a few other books, I'm finally rewriting and republishing The Sky Weeps With Us as a trilogy. And at the end of this video, I'll be revealing the official cover for book 1. But first, let me tell you why I decided to make your 10-year-old dreams come true. Because with pants like those, you definitely don't deserve it. When I first started writing The Sky Weeps With Us, I was obsessed with dystopian books that were taking over teen and preteen society at the time. I was determined to write my own book about a broken government system as a 10-year-old. It did not go well. The book I published under the pen name of Jane Windshield absolutely sucked.
Packages. It's been a year-long journey to get a hold of these 3 packages.
A couple years after I published it and moped around in shame, I came across this video by Austin McConnell where he shared the story behind unpublishing, and I decided to do the same. I filmed a video called I Wrote a Book When I Was 13, It Sucked. In it, I explained why I decided to unpublish The Sky Weeps With Us. Although it's no longer my most popular video, it was actually the first one on my channel to reach 100,000 views, and even Austin McConnell, the legend himself, commented on my video with a Leo pointing meme. I nearly fainted. This was the video that led me to start taking both writing and YouTube more seriously. I thought that posting this video would finally put The Sky Weeps With Us to rest. I could not have been more wrong. You should rewrite it and publish it again. Do you think you would rewrite this book? Would you ever rewrite the story and publish the story in the future? Probably not. I hope Jane Windshield makes a comeback to be a stronger writer. Or at least I hope you rewrite and republish The Sky Weeps With Us being older. It deserves a chance. Yeah, I don't see why you hate this book. I think all you need is to rewrite it. You took the time to write and self-publish at a young age, and now that you know better, you can revisit it and rewrite it and make it better. If you are not satisfied with the book you have already written, then please write it again and publish it. I will be one of the first to buy it. You were just 13 and I have read much worse books, and I think you can edit it again or rewrite it. I promise I will certainly read the whole book. That's a big promise, buddy. Now you gotta read all 3. This makes me want to read the book. You should rewrite it if you're not happy with it. Don't just let your idea die. Would you write this again? Do all the things that you didn't. A lot of people have been asking this. You know, maybe someday I'll give it a shot, but I wasn't actually considering this at the time. It was more of a maybe in 10 years kind of thing. So I mostly ignored the comments and moved on to publish 2 novels. The first was Leaving Wishville, which takes place in a town where everyone who leaves never returns. The second was Capsule, an emotional sci-fi story about a phone app that threatens to erase 2 high schoolers. Capsule's release in particular was overwhelming. It had a great launch, tons of people read the book, but then I found myself feeling more lost than ever. I had no clue what to work on next, so I did some brainstorming and narrowed down 3 options. The first was to continue a book I worked on for about 2 years in middle school before abandoning. The book was called Rant, and I already had about 50,000 words completed. It was about a correctional boarding school for child stars gone south. But when I tried working on it again, I didn't feel that same spark, and I decided that I abandoned the project for a good reason. The second option was to write a middle grade fantasy book, which is wildly out of my usual style, like the opposite of anything I would write, but it sounded like a lot of fun. The story was about a young boy on a search for a magic persimmon, don't ask me why, that could bring his older sister back to life. I wrote about 4 chapters, lost interest, and gave up. The last option was a story called Cabin 5 about a summer camp run by very suspicious counselors that pits 2 teams of teenagers against each other. I loved the concept, but after writing 2 chapters, I wasn't really feeling a strong connection. At this point, I was even more stressed about what to work on, and for some reason, The Sky Weeps With Us wouldn't stop haunting me. I was pretty desperate at this point, so I sat down and considered what the book would look like if I were to revive it. And once I started, I couldn't stop. I fell in love with the concept all over again and finally accepted the challenge to rewrite The Sky Weeps With Us. Over the course of 2 weeks, I plotted out a 3-book outline for what I would call the Belladonna trilogy. During the month of August 2021, I wrote almost 80,000 words of the first book in the trilogy, which I named Nightshade Academy. That was the most I had ever written in a 1-month period before, and just for reference, that is the length of The Secret Garden. This book just came so naturally to me, and the story was incredibly nostalgic. I was on a roll. But then I ran into a problem. Belladonna is my most ambitious writing project yet. It has martial arts and poison and politics and a lot of stuff that I just knew very little about at the time. I was seriously doubting whether or not I'd be able to pull this rewrite off. Maybe The Sky Weeps With Us has been and always will be completely out of my league. I sent an early draft of Nightshade Academy to a group of beta readers to gather constructive criticism, and a common complaint was that my fight scenes were unrealistic. And then that made me think, if my fight scenes are unrealistic, then surely training in real life would help with that. I joined a local Muay Thai gym and documented my first month of training for a YouTube video. Like I hoped, the experience helped me significantly improve the fight scenes in Nightshade Academy, and the concept of tackling more personal challenges to benefit the trilogy excited me. I was addicted to a style of writing I had never explored before, and thus began the start of my Belladonna behind the scenes YouTube series. I began to seek and document real-life experiences with the goal of improving Belladonna, such as living with monks, dual sword fighting, training at a kung fu retreat, and visiting the most dangerous island in the Philippines. Currently editing that last one. Through the creation of this YouTube series, I have not only gained experiences for Belladonna, but also for myself. I've started to wonder, am I writing this story, or is this story writing me? Fully immersing myself in this rewrite also inspired me to create a theme song for the Belladonna trilogy called What We Are, which is now available to stream on Spotify, by the way.
If it's really true that the sky weeps with us.
A couple weeks ago, I even recorded a version of What We Are with my own vocals, which will be coming soon, so keep your eyes peeled. And that brings us back to today. It's been over a year since I started working on Nightshade Academy, which blows my mind. But I feel like now is a perfect time to finally share the cover with you guys. So here it is. I am absolutely obsessed with how the cover turned out. As soon as it was finalized, I literally could not stop staring at it for like 2 weeks. The silhouette is Yashi Konya, the protagonist of book 1. The building in the back is the Guardian Academy, and the 4-petaled flower represents the Academy emblem and is also the logo for the trilogy itself. If you've seen my recent videos, you probably recognize this flower, or if you're crazy like me, you probably even see it in places where it doesn't exist. Look at this, it's Belladonna! This is crazy. What the heck? Do you see what I see? Belladonna, but like squished Belladonna. Don't. I had some character illustrations made recently as well, so allow me to introduce you to Yashi Konya, Velpatura, Pinto Dempsey, Quaxivarium, Kiavakoi, and Santi. These are the main 6 characters in the Belladonna trilogy, and I can't wait for you guys to meet them. I gotta say this really quickly because the sun is setting very fast. I can't share the official release date with you guys quite yet, but just know that I am working really hard to get this book out as fast as possible without rushing the process and publishing work that I'm not proud of. Not going to make the same mistake with this story twice. As a final note, I want to say thank you to everyone who peer pressured me and bullied me. I just want to thank everyone who pressured me into rewriting The Sky Weeps With Us. I don't know if I would have done this rewrite if it weren't for all the comments I received on that YouTube video that really reminded me of this project in the first place. Rewriting The Sky Weeps With Us has consumed my life in the best possible way. It's been amazing to slowly watch this story turn into the book my 10-year-old self dreamed it would be, but didn't have the skills to tell at the time. I'm so excited to share more about Nightshade Academy and the Belladonna trilogy as a whole, so please subscribe if you're interested in following the rest of this story, and I will see you later. Maybe. Hopefully. Hopefully. Because I like to see your face. I can't see your face. Oh, what am I saying? I'm tired. I've been working on this video too long. Goodbye.